But if you come into this world with big dharma, dharma is a Sanskrit word that means purpose, what you're here for. If you show up with big dharma, you're going to get big obstacles. It's just in the way of things. It's almost as if when I was, before I showed up into this world, I had a conversation with God, and God said, what would you like to do on this time around? I said, well, I'd really like to just teach self-reliance. And God said, a whole lifetime? Just teaching self-reliance? It's all I've ever done. I mean, Dave will tell you, even when we were in the orphanage, that's what I was doing. He's written me letters and stories because he's 18 months older than I am, and he remembers what I was doing when I was 3 and 4 and 5, and even in helping him, because Dave was very sick when he was young. And I felt a real strong bond, of course, and a protector. And we protected each other. We had no parents. I used to tell kids who came there, this is a great place. There's no parents. Relax. You know, it's like... But when you have this big dharma, big things happen to you. And God said, you're going to teach self-reliance for a whole lifetime, then we better get your little ass into an orphanage. And you can spend a decade or so there, and then you'll get it. Because what I've learned is that when you want to learn something intellectually, what you do is you cogitate on it, you memorize it, you study it, you go through all of the things that you learned in school about how you learn calculus, or how you learn history, or how you learn science. And then you take a test on it, and you sort of intellectually you get it. But if you want to learn something spiritually, there's no other way other than to experience it. You have to experience it. And it was almost as if God said to me, you must experience it in order to teach it. And then no one will ever be able to dissuade you. There's no one who ever comes to me with a crisis who I don't believe has within them the capacity to transform themselves and overcome it. It doesn't make any difference what your story is. And your story, very often people see a lack of empathy because I just think that your story is your story. And it's what you have to go through. You know? And there's no other way around it. It's just everything that's ever happened to you had to. And the evidence for it is that it did. You don't really need any more. It was supposed to. You go through those things. The question is, do I go through it with anger and bitterness and hatred and so on in my heart, or do I go through it with an understanding and a love and also gratitude? I mean, Louis Zamperini went through things that you just wouldn't think a human being could possibly survive. He's 93 years old today. I've determined I'm going to meet him. I've already asked Hay House to arrange a meeting with Laura Hillerbrand and myself, and I'm going to meet this man. I want to see in person how someone could survive that. And I don't care what your story is. After you've read that, you'll realize that your life was really marshmallows and puffs when you see what the human spirit is capable of. Because I'm really heading somewhere today. I'm just sort of warming up here. To have you leave here when we do, a little later this morning, with an awareness of who you really are. And it's not who you think you are. These obstacles, these struggles that show up in your life, you know, I've been down the road of addiction, folks. Been there, seen it, experienced it, and left it behind. And give thanks for it. Been down the road of being abandoned. Abandoned by my father, abandoned by my mother, abandoned by my wife, abandoned by people who I've loved very deeply. And all of it is something I have extreme gratitude for. It's taught me about who I really am. Been down the road of a heart attack, and been down the road of leukemia, which I just found out I have 18 months ago. And it's turned me around. It's another thing to be grateful for. And by the way, I'm healthier now than I probably was before I found out I had it. Yeah. And there's a lesson in what I'm saying here for all of you is to not be feeling sorry for yourself, but instead to be in a state of gratitude, and not just for the good things and the right people and the right events, but for all of it.